Yo, what's up? It's Rock also known as DNA for sure. And this video is about healing your spiritual self on a physical level. First, what that means is, your chakras have a certain function in your physical life, your body, and your reality in your universe. And there's ways, for example, if you other than, well, it's going to take a little bit of meditation. As far as you working on your self love, your self trust, your creativity, your intuition, things like that, um, there's ways that you can open your chakras and clean your chakras on a physical level, doing things in your reality that you wouldn't normally do, adjusting certain habits and thought patterns, um, things that actions that you can take, basically. This first video is about, I could make it about both, but your confidence. Now, I was told that you you can choose certain affirmations. You can do certain things like that. But as far as you fixing certain things in your life, you have to realize where the root of these problems are coming, what these thoughts and actions and feelings are based on. If you have problems with confidence, a lot of the times it starts with your feeling safe, feeling comfortable, feeling, trusting your ability to create, to express yourself. Your confidence affects all of that, your intuition. A lot of the times, people have told me that you can just empower the solar plexus with vibration, with lights, with meditation. And all of those things work. Sitting meditations, moving meditations, but that's all a part of magic. You know, the 5 steps, the 6 steps of manifestation that I made, those can be used to transform your life. They're supposed to be used to transform your life. But personality traits. You take a feeling that you have towards something in your life, let's say confidence or self love. We'll start with, I'm going to do self love, the heart, because that's the fifth chakra and there's 5 elements. You take your clarity, you assess your emotion. I'm tired of feeling like I don't love myself. This existence, how people interact with me, how I support myself, how comfortable I feel around everyone is really bugging me. You assess that, feel that, add as much thought that you can to those thoughts. If you feel sad, you feel sad. If you feel angry, you feel angry. Whatever emotion you feel, turn it up. If you have to yell into a pillow, yell into a pillow. If you have to just stay in bed for a couple of hours and just think about how that makes you feel, do that for maybe an hour and a half or 2, probably not 2. That's what you do. That's all a part of you feeling clarity. Then you look right here, you assess it. What do I want to feel? What is the outcome? What does the opposite of the spectrum look like? That's your ether. Before anything, there was ether. the universe was created, and was the first sound that was heard. Your clarity, get your ether. After you have clarity on the outcome desired, you make a plan. You want to love yourself. You have to go backwards. You have to have clarity in your actions. You know the desire. Your clarity produces everything. It starts with ether and it ends with ether. Clarity and visualization. Take your clarity, then you analyze the actions that should be taken. You have to add knowledge, study, research. What do people do every day that love themselves? What do people who love themselves do every day? What do they do in the future? Not what have they done in the past. Maybe, depending on who you're looking at. What have they done in the past? How was that consistent? And what do you think they're going to do in the future? So many things that you can do to research this. People who love themselves, they don't just love themselves. They don't just wake up in the morning and feel any different than you at all. As long as you're not going through any chemical imbalances, people who love themselves will wake up with the same thoughts and actions as any normal person or anyone who doesn't love themselves think. They wake up with that same fuzziness. They wake up and they ask themselves a question, just like everyone else, or they make a statement. They wake up and they say, I have to brush my teeth. I'm hungry. I need to make some money. And they take action. The first thing that people do in the morning, the first thing that people who love themselves do, the first thing that people do in the morning, if they love themselves, is treat themselves like they love themselves. The first thing that you do is act with your whole body. Wake up, open your eyes, get up out of bed, pee, brush their teeth, look in the mirror, wash all that shit off, go get something to eat. People who love themselves are obsessed with loving themselves, obsessed with showing themselves that they love themselves. Because, not obsessed, but it's a lifestyle, you know. A lot of people are addicted to their religion. A lot of people are obsessed with their eyebrows. People who love themselves, people who need to know how to love themselves, at first need to be obsessed with loving themselves. They have to be in love with the fact that they are on the journey to loving themselves totally, till it just burns out and it just becomes old. It becomes a habit. It becomes something that you don't even really, not even think about. It has to become a drug for you. It has to be something that is a drug for you that doesn't have to be explained to anyone. They just say, oh, you know what? That guy, he just loves himself. You know, he walks around all day. He shows everyone that he loves himself. He gets all this respect. Just like an alcoholic, that guy right there, yeah. He just goes to the liquor store, just gets alcohol. Everyone knows him as the guy who's obsessed with alcohol and an addict. That's how people have to think about you, but on a loving yourself vibration, you know, in that mindset. That's the guy right there who's confident as fuck, and all he does is show people how confident he is, and he looks great doing it. And there he goes again, fucking confidence guy, you know, but not in a negative way. That was just how I chose to express it. But you do that, you take your actions, you know. If you don't Get your hair cut all the time. I love how my hair looks naturally. I'm trying to grow it out. If you don't wash your clothes enough and you stink and you smell like dust or whatever, mildew, loving yourself means showing yourself that you love yourself. You have to take the action. You have to get your plan, which is the water. Okay, well, instead of me spending an extra $6 every 3 days on McDonald's, I'm gonna wash my clothes a little bit more. Action. Action. Voiding. If you obsess with it, then it's gonna become something that is uncomfortable for you. If everything reminds you of how much you don't love yourself, then it's just gonna become a bad seed in your mind. That's where the voiding comes in. So you wake up, brush your teeth, cut your facial hair, set your stuff up so you can get ready for work. Just do everything else with care. Any personality trait that you want to change, if you constantly, okay, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident, wake up, walk up to her, it's gonna be detrimental because it's gonna be something that you keep saying to yourself and it's gonna keep reminding you how much you're not that and how much further that you have to go. Avoiding it. Voiding it, avoiding the thoughts. Leaving. Leaving that seed of what you did in your ground. You brushed your teeth today, whereas you washed your clothes today. Whereas if you might have not taken care of those responsibilities, you might not have been able to walk up to that girl. And even if you're too scared still, or even if you still don't know what to say, you know in your heart that if you did know what to say, at least you wouldn't have to convince her that you're not a fucking bum because you didn't brush your teeth or because you didn't wash your clothes today. So it's kind of a domino effect. So if you did do this and this and this and have so many conversations and experiences, you definitely could do it. That's what loving yourself is. Setting yourself up to feel good about anything going forward. And aligning yourself with the energies that comes with action, buying the proper materials to make sure that you are able to love yourself. Visualizing yourself is the next step, the last step, the connecting step, not the most important. It's ether. Ether is just like earth, but it's water and earth. It's all the elements put together, all four of the elements. That's what ether is. So it has that same property of connecting everything, which is, I said fire, water, and air make up earth. That's why earth is earth, But ether that's the property that connects ether and earth. Ether was earth is the last element out of the four. And ether was the first and the last in these steps. But visualization, seeing it, feeling it, and knowing it. Seeing it, seeing you, loving yourself, daydreaming on purpose to direct emotion to a certain situation. And that's it. That's how I'm going to close this video. Those are the steps that you need to take in order to get what you want out of yourself. An example of loving yourself. All right. Peace.